Spartan Courage meets Hindu mantras. Rewire your self-belief like ancient warriors. Chapter 1, The Battle of Mind. Spartan discipline meets mantra focus. In the harsh terrain of ancient Sparta, boys as young as 7 entered the agoge, a rigorous military training that forged them into disciplined warriors. Every day they marched, wrestled, and practiced until their bodies and minds were in sync. Far away in the Indian subcontinent, sages chanted Om and other mantras with a similar aim, to align breath, thought, and spirit into a single, unstoppable rhythm. Both cultures understood that repetition builds muscle, but repetition of thought builds belief. When a Spartan speaks of the mind as a forge, he is not merely training his body, he is tempering his thoughts against the sparks of doubt. Likewise, a monk's mantra is a hammer that strikes the same point over and over until a new pattern of belief emerges. The insight here is simple yet powerful. Disciplined repetition of a focused thought can shape the very fabric of self-belief. Try this today. In the quiet moments before sunrise, repeat a mantra that embodies your goal, whether it's I am capable or I am courageous. Pair it with a brief physical routine, a set of push-ups, a stretch, or a brisk walk. The combination of movement and mantra mirrors the Spartan mantra synergy. Notice how the rhythm of breath and body reinforces the mantra, hardening that belief into an inner shield. Remember, the Spartan's shield was not just protective, it was a symbol of identity. Your mantra becomes the shield of your mind. Carry it with you, and let it guard against the doubts that lurk in the marketplace of life. Like, share, and subscribe for more ancient modern wisdom. Reflective question. How can you pair a physical routine with a mantra to strengthen your confidence today? Chapter 2, The Warrior's Wisdom, From Thermopylae to the Bhagavad Gita. The story of the 300 Spartans at Thermopylae is etched in history as a testament to courage in the face of overwhelming odds. They stood as a single line, refusing to yield, even when surrounded by a vast Persian army. Years later, King Arjuna, a warrior in the great Indian epic, the Bhagavad Gita, found himself on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, overwhelmed by doubt and moral confusion. His charioteer, Krishna, urged him to act, to trust his duty, and to let the mind surrender to the flow of the divine. Both narratives converge on a core truth. Courage is the act of stepping forward, not the absence of fear. It is a decision to proceed despite uncertainty. The modern lesson is that in our own battles, whether launching a startup, pitching a new idea, or confronting a personal challenge, we must silence the inner critic and choose action. Apply this today by identifying a task that intimidates you. Write down the fear that holds you back, then pair it with a short affirmation. I act with purpose. As you walk through the steps needed to complete the task, imagine the Spartan's steadfastness and Arjuna's resolve. Each action becomes a victory over doubt. The conclusion is clear. Courage is cultivated by deliberate action, not by waiting for fear to disappear. By emulating the Spartans and Arjuna, we learn that the battlefield is within, and our greatest victory is taking the first step. Like, share, and subscribe for more ancient modern wisdom. Reflective question. What is one fear that keeps you from acting, and how can you step forward today? Chapter 3, Inner Armor, Chanting the Self-Belief Mantra and Building Spartan Resilience. Spartan warriors wore a bronze breastplate that covered their chest like a second skin, a physical form of protection. In ancient India, the mantra Sarv Bhavantu Sukhina, may all beings be happy, was chanted to bring peace to the heart and clarity to the mind. When you combine the idea of a physical armor with a mental mantra, you create an inner shield that deflects criticism and doubt. The lesson here is that belief is not passive, it is an active defense. Just as a Spartan sharpened his shield each day, you can sharpen your mind by rehearsing confidence-building mantras. Repetition turns passive belief into an active force that can withstand external pressure. Today, before a presentation or a meeting, close your eyes and repeat the mantra, I am enough. Visualize a gleaming shield around your chest, radiating confidence. When a question or critique arises, imagine the shield absorbing the impact and reflecting it back as constructive energy. This mental rehearsal prepares you for real challenges, turning vulnerability into strength. The takeaway is that your inner armor is forged by intention. By aligning your mantra with the Spartan spirit of resilience, you create a mindset that can endure the toughest battles. Like, share, and subscribe for more ancient modern wisdom. Reflective question. How can you mentally armor yourself with a mantra before facing a difficult situation? Chapter 4, Strategy of the Mind. Chanakya's Arthashastra meets Spartan tactics. Chanakya, the legendary strategist behind the rise of the Mauryan Empire, wrote the Arthashastra to guide kings through political, economic, and military strategy. Spartans, too, were masters of tactical formations, phalanxes that moved as a single, cohesive unit. Both thinkers understood that success depends on meticulous planning and disciplined execution. The key insight is that strategy is a mental map that turns uncertainty into order. Chanakya taught that one must study the environment, anticipate obstacles, and allocate resources wisely. Spartans practiced drills that taught them how to adapt on the battlefield. Together, they show that a well-crafted plan, coupled with disciplined practice, can overcome even the most daunting challenges. Apply this today by setting a quarterly goal for your business or personal life. Break the goal into monthly milestones, then create a list of actions for each milestone. Treat each action as a drill practice, repeat it until it becomes instinct. When obstacles arise, refer back to your strategic map and adjust your tactics, just as a Spartan would shift his formation in response to enemy maneuvers. The conclusion is that strategy is not a static blueprint. It is a living, breathing guide that evolves with your progress. By blending Chanakya's analytical mind with Spartan tactical discipline, you can navigate any terrain of life. Like, share, and subscribe for more ancient modern wisdom. Reflective question. What strategic steps can you take today to move closer to a long-term goal? Chapter 5, Victory Beyond the Battlefield. Harmonizing warrior spirit and spiritual purpose. Spartans revered the gods, offering sacrifices to Apollo and Athena before battle. They believed that divine favor could turn the tide of war. Similarly, Hindu mantras serve as a conduit to the divine, aligning the individual's purpose with a higher cosmic order. When a warrior's spirit is infused with spiritual purpose, victory transcends the battlefield and touches the soul. The lesson is that true success is not measured only by external accolades, but by the alignment of action with purpose. When you fight for a cause that resonates with your deepest values, every effort feels like a sacred act. The Spartan's courage is amplified when he remembers why he fights. The Hindu mantra roots the warrior in a universal truth. Today, create a mission statement that reflects your core values and the impact you wish to leave. Pair this statement with a daily mantra that echoes your purpose, such as, "I act with integrity." When you face a decision, ask, "Does this move align with my mission?" This alignment turns routine tasks into steps toward a larger, meaningful victory. In the end, victory is a state of mind that blends courage, strategy, and purpose. By drawing from Spartan resilience and Hindu mantras, you can cultivate a mindset that conquers both external challenges and internal doubts. Like, share, and subscribe for more ancient modern wisdom. Reflective question. How can you align your daily actions with a deeper sense of purpose today? Philosophy Spotlight, Vedanta and Hindu Philosophy. Vedanta, the culmination of ancient Indian philosophy, teaches that the ultimate reality is a single, all-encompassing consciousness. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna reveals to Arjuna that the self is not bound by the physical body, but is an eternal soul. This philosophy, known as non-dualism, emphasizes that our true nature is beyond the fleeting thoughts and emotions that clutter the mind. Vyasa, the compiler of the Mahabharata, is often credited with articulating the essence of Vedanta. He reminds us that knowledge of the self leads to liberation. For the modern reader, this translates into a practical framework. When you become aware that you are more than your thoughts, you can observe them without identification. This detachment empowers you to act from a place of clarity rather than reaction. 3 lessons from Vedanta that apply to contemporary life. 1. Self-awareness as power. Recognize that thoughts are temporary. By observing them, you reclaim agency over your reactions. In a business setting, this means making decisions grounded in long-term vision rather than immediate emotional impulses. 2. Non-attachment to outcomes. Success is a state of equilibrium, not a destination. When you detach from specific results, you reduce anxiety and increase creativity. In entrepreneurship, this approach encourages experimentation without fear of failure. 3. Unified purpose. If you view your work as part of a greater whole, motivation flows from within. This aligns with the idea that a warrior's purpose extends beyond personal glory to the welfare of the community. In leadership, it fosters empathy and collective success. These lessons dovetail with the script's overarching theme. The fusion of Spartan courage and Hindu mantras rewires self-belief by cultivating disciplined repetition, strategic planning, inner armor, and purpose-driven action. By adopting Vedanta's principle that the self is boundless, you can transcend the limitations that ordinary belief imposes. Closing reflection. The ancient warriors of Sparta and the sages of India offer timeless tools for rewiring your self-belief. Through disciplined repetition, courageous action, resilient strategy, and purposeful alignment, you can transform doubt into certainty. Remember the Spartans' disciplined training, the Hindu mantra's quiet power, and Vedanta's reminder that you are more than your thoughts. If you found this journey inspiring, please like, share, and subscribe so we can continue exploring how ancient wisdom can shape modern success. Let us keep the conversation alive. Drop a comment with the one lesson you'll apply first. Together, we can forge a future where courage meets purpose, and warriors are forged not just in battle but in belief.